so long as we can help. So we just need some access to some DNA to create some vehicles that these beings can incarnate into. So 20 million years ago, they got to a point, and I'm jumping a little bit because they created all the shrews and all the things first, but 20 million years ago, they created the Old World monkeys. And the Old World monkeys had between 20 and 80 chromosome pairs. Now the Dracos, they live in excess of 100 million of our years. And that may seem extraordinary, but imagine I'm a butterfly and I live for a day. And I look at you and I go, are you telling me you live 365,000 of my lifetime? No, that's not possible. So to a butterfly, the concept of us living for 80, 90 years is ridiculous. Well, imagine we're the butterfly to the Dracos. They live over 500 million years. So a couple of million years for them to do an experiment is nothing. Okay? So having created the Old World monkeys, they went, okay, let's work out which one's best out of that. And 12 million years ago, they created gorillas, chimpanzees, orangutans, and the gibbons. Now, the gorillas, chimpanzees, and orangutans had 48 chromosome pairs, I think, and the gibbons had 44. The gorillas, chimpanzees, orangutans were a bit too strong, and the gibbons were a little bit, although they had the bipedal motion, they didn't have the strength needed. So what they did was they eventually settled on 46 chromosomes as the best vehicle to do that. Australopithecus, Peking man, Neanderthal man, Cro-Magnon man. Now the interesting thing about Neanderthal man is Neanderthals had a brain capacity twice as big as ours. And the anthropologists will tell you that they were so stupid they died out. Doesn't quite resonate with me. But what does resonate with me is if a Neanderthal is twice as smart as we are, then they would have been a threat to the Dracos. So they went, oh, we won't have that experiment. That went the wrong way. Don't want them too smart. Got to be able to control them. So they created, eventually, Homo sapiens. Not just one, but they created 9 prototypes, and they were all females. XX chromosome. Why would you create all females? Because if you're going to breed, you need females, not males.
But I'm telling you, there's no doubt in my mind from all the years that I have been able to talk with people in government and science and astronauts and medical people, in my mind, there's no doubt in my mind that we have been created. We are a test tube creation. Somebody has created us, and whoever that somebody is looks like us. So they have taken those Neanderthal and the ancient hominid creatures, which the world is filled with them. We know they're there because we're finding them everywhere, but they don't look like us. So we are a special creation, which is why the Bible says in Genesis, the gods said, come, let us make man in our image, after our likeness. Because for being so great, he's not that great. A bunch of hairy people out there eating each other and living like animals. So let's take one of the females and procreate with her and see what comes out of a connection between the gods and the indigenous creatures here. So I don't think evolution is the question. It's intervention is the question. Not that we evolved, but somebody intervened in our natural evolution and came here and crossbred with the indigenous creatures and created us. That's why one half of human is animalistic, other half is angelic. Because there is that part, like the Apostle Paul said, there's a war in our flesh between the man that we are and the man we want to be. That makes sense, because if we were like Neanderthal or Cro-Magnon man or these ancient hominid creatures, they lived by instinct alone. Just eat, sex, fight, whatever. But now we are a different creation. We have a part of the sons of God in us. So we can now design beautiful music, build televisions, and go to the moon and think about the stars and have theology, philosophies, all these, and the great arts and sciences. Where did all that come from? My God, they were crawling around caves not long ago. And we're walking on the moon with computers. So I'm saying that that's a part of us, is that part that the DNA that they put into the humans a long time ago and were kind of bringing us along. That's why we call even humans today are called cultures. You know, that's a particular culture. A culture is something on a test tube, you know what I mean? That you, yeah, so we are a culture. They have designed us. And whoever designed us, we look like them. And so in the Bible you can say, oh, well, they look like us. No, no, no. You look like them. They don't look like you. Why? Because they look like what you look like, where they came from. They look like what you look like now. So they have intervened in your evolution. And so therefore there's that inside of us is that desire to know wisdom, to know the stars, to know where we've come from. And at night, you look out into the stars, you know, ask a child 7 years old, where's God? He's out there. Well, that's right, it's out there. But I hate to tell you this, if God's out there, that means he's extraterrestrial. Because if he was here from Cleveland, Ohio, it would be terrestrial. But if God's out there, it means he's extraterrestrial. He's out there. And ask where angels come from. Where do angels come from? A child will tell you they're out there. They come from out in heaven. Well, yeah, walk out at night, look into the sky. What are you looking at? Heaven. So if God is in heaven, yeah, he's out there in the stars. You'll say, yeah, I'll bet he's out there in the stars. No, he was out there in the stars. They are here. They live. They're here. And I am totally convinced that that is the case. We are being ruled by extraterrestrial intelligence. Whoever these people are who are running the earth, are highly advanced in science, and they're bringing us along. Little by little, they are mutating the species. They're mutating us.
It has its holy men, it has its holy scriptures, its holy books, it has its high priest, and then once you understand that all the high priests and the holy books of the religion of science is just as fallible and corrupt as the church is. Just as stupid and ignorant as the church is, and corrupt and on the take. And so you find out that generally speaking, across the board, science is about as corrupt, filled with lies and stupidity and ignorance as you can get. And just once in a while, there'll be a real scientist come along, somebody who is intellectually and spiritually enlightened and openly or intellectually honest and sees the value of research as a true scientist. Well, he will be fired, lose his job, or if he's really smart, they'll find him in an alley somewhere with a bullet hole in the back of his head where he committed suicide. Because today's world, the people who are in power in our world, they know something you don't know. They are masters of the occult sciences, so they know things that are going on Mars and the moon that you don't know. And if you find out about it, you're not supposed to know. You had better keep your mouth shut, because they'll find your body in an alley somewhere if you're talking public about something you're not supposed to know. But somewhere along the line, we're going to find out that there are aliens here who have come here from other places, and they're here now. You don't know that they're here because you don't see them. Why? Because they're smarter than you are. They're not stupid like you. You go out in the public and everybody sees you. But these creatures are smart. They don't go out in the public. Why? It's simple. You know, I've had people say to me, well, if there are aliens here, why don't they show themselves? And to that, I would answer, look, I'm one of you. I'm human like you, and I don't want to be in your company. I don't want to talk to you. So why should they? They are far superior. They've come from another world. How many times have you ever seen humans sit down on the sidewalk and carry on a discussion with an ant hill, with ants, and talking to them and discussing anything with them? They'll put you away. There must be something wrong with you sitting there talking to roaches and ants. Well, that's what the aliens must be like to us. They've been around for hundreds of millions of years, evolving in their area of the universe that you don't even know exists. And if they are smart enough to come here, the one thing they're not going to be so stupid as to do is to show themselves, because you people kill them. Anything that doesn't look like you will arrest them. Homeland Security will come out and arrest you and put you in Guantanamo and cut your fingers off and interrogate you and waterboard you because you must be an Al-Qaeda agent because you don't look like humans. And so, I think, well, if I was an alien, the one thing I would not do is show myself. I ain't showing myself to anybody. These people are crazy. I mean, they're raping and killing their own children. And I'm going to go out there and show them who I am and tell them I've come from another world? Shit, not me. I'm going to keep quiet and do what I'm going to do behind the scenes because I'm far smarter than they are. So if I come here from 100 million years in our future and aliens have come here who are far superior to the human creature, why would they want to sit down on the sidewalk and talk to you? I mean, really, think about it.